How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Keeping the Faith podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan Fuentes. This is my co-host, Edgar Martinez.
What's up, guys? Welcome. Another day. God bless you, and I hope you're having a great day. Whichever day you're listening to this podcast episode. We have a pretty good episode today. We're going to respond to a few comments that I've been seeing in the comment section from a few videos and a few of the Bible verses quotes that we have put, and it's related to faith. But before we get into today's episodes, I do want to remind you that you can also find us in pretty much all other podcast platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast, and YouTube. We also upload these podcast episodes as videos, sort of, but they're only audio, but they're in YouTube as well. So you can go ahead and subscribe, like, and share so that these episodes could go to any other person that might be looking for a response such as this, or just interested in listening to some kind of topic in these matters. So just be sure to share and to like, and also you can get or you can check out our Facebook page where we post encouraging Bible verses each day, and we will also be posting the links from the either any of our other podcast platforms or even YouTube as well in our Facebook page. So you can always check that out as well. And let's get to it. So one of those comments that you can definitely check out are about faith, about having faith. So I'm gonna focus, or I'm just gonna give a little bit of a focus to that topic, because I do want to just not be talking all around. So for today's topic, I will call it "Your Religion is All About Faith." All right, so that's essentially the topic, and you can check out any of the posts so that you can check the comments there. And so here we go. Much of what we do in life has its foundation in trust, and we could see that. We trust our dentist when he drills, our taxi driver when he drives, our pilots when they fly us. We trust our history books, our teachers, and some still even trust politicians. Marriage is a trust relationship, if you didn't know that. So are business partnerships and friendships. We trust elevators, planes, cars, brakes, chairs, doctors, surgeons, brokers, and television anchors. We place our faith in these items and people based on evidence that they are trustworthy. This is why it's hard to understand why skeptics mock the thought of trusting God. The questioner's statement implies that Christians are living by a naive, blind faith based on something for which we have no evidence, when the opposite is the case, actually. Our faith is rational and reasonable, and is based on credible, verifiable, historical evidence. The God who created us has given us all the evidence we need to come to know him. And he invites us, actually. Come now and let us reason together. Isaiah 1:18. The fact that some do not recognize the evidence does not mean it is not there. God has given light to every man, and you can check John 1:9, through his wonderful creation, through the undeniable voice of the conscience, and through plain old common sense. We have the Bible's thousands of fulfillment prophecies, many infallible proofs of the resurrection, Acts 1:3. And he even promises to reveal himself to those who obey him, John 14:21. It is also important to explain the difference between believing something like the Bible and trusting someone like Jesus Christ. Skeptics think that a Christian is someone who simply believes in God's existence. When the Bible speaks of faith in God, it is not a reference to an intellectual acknowledgement that He exists. We all intuitively know that. It is speaking of an implicit trust in His person and His promises. There's nothing difficult about having trust or faith when the one you are trusting is utterly trustworthy. And I do want to read a Bible verse that I have here. It's Romans 1 verse 20, that it says, "For since the creation of the world, His invisible attributes and clearly seen are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even His eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Because although they knew God, they did not glorify Him as God, nor were thankful, but became futile in their thoughts, and their foolish hearts were darkened." So as you can see, I think many skeptics, I would say that, and maybe even a lot of Christians as well, may have the wrong understanding about faith. And I think that is important. You know, words have meaning, you know, and I think that when you have the incorrect meaning, or when you have the incorrect view of how you may see that word, for example, I think you're going to create a wrong teaching per se, or, you know. So I think it is important to really look into the definition for the words. Look at how, for example, the Bible uses the word faith, and then go from there. Don't come and, you know, put your own understanding there, because you may be wrong, essentially, right? So as you can see, faith, it's not just shutting down your brain and believing something blindly. That is not the case. And although there are many Christians that might do that, and they might believe something, you know, blindly, without searching for evidence, without actually knowing if what they're hearing is truth. But that's not what the Bible says, you know. That's not what the Bible teaches about faith, you know. As you can see, faith is about believing something based on the evidence, you know. And I mean, it's there, you know. So I encourage all you guys, or any skeptic, that you may actually, you know, look into what the word faith really means. I just explained a little bit of it, and read the Bible, you know. Check out the maybe even you can even check out the original language, like, for example, Greek. You can check out the Greek. How did the writers of, for example, any of the books from the New Testament, how did they use the word faith? What did they mean by that word faith? You know, so I mean, I think it is important. If you're going to talk about a topic, you should dive into, or essentially, if you're going to talk about the Bible, you should dive into the Bible and actually try and understand what the Bible teaches, and then from there part, and not try to put your own understanding, you know. So I think that is important. That is important to do, and that is what we should be doing. And I do want to bring an example. I brought a topic, I believe, a few episodes ago, about how to prove Jehovah's Witness that Jesus is God, right? And we use their own Bible, you know. We use the version of Bible that they use, which is an incorrect Bible, by the way, but we use that Bible to to make them see with their own material that they're contradicting themselves. So I think that is something that, for example, for a Jehovah's Witness is going to be a lot harder to grasp, once they realize their own teaching has those, big mistakes. Then they're gonna want to dive into their own Bible and check, why is there these contradictions here? And that is the beauty of Christianity. Bring up any objection, bring up any question. And Christianity, the Bible, can take it. You can bring up any argument about historical evidence. You can bring any type of argument about, if there's contradictions, if there's whatever question, whatever argument from the Bible, and Christianity can take it, and it will be able to answer to any of those arguments, questions, etc. So that's the topic for today. It's a short one. So I hope you like it. I hope you're able to hear the next podcast episode. And we've not been putting a few right now Bible verses, so we're hoping to get a few so that we can put them out there, so you can keep on sharing those. Just a little update again. Jonah will be coming back in a few weeks now. As you may know, he's still studying, so just keep on praying for him and the ministry that God has in his future. So and pray for Keeping the Faith podcast. As we mentioned before, this is not something for us. This is not something for us to make ourselves famous, rich, or anything even close to that. This is to be able to spread the message of the gospel and to give words of encouragement to all those Christians that are listening, and for any of you that may not be Christian and maybe you're searching for truth, you're searching into Christianity. Well, hopefully these episodes could help you in any way, So that is the reason why we're doing this. We are servants of God. We are serving the Lord, and so that's the reason why we're putting all this material. Maybe you might even see some material that might be already maybe duplicated from a different channel out there, but that's okay. We want this word to get out there, to any people that need God. So that's the message of today. I hope you have a great day. And as I said, keeping the faith.